It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. Putting you out, it's trash day. Putting you out of my mind. It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. I'm putting you out, trash day, I'm putting you out of my mind. Now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up the house. Taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage.
And welcome to another Can Crusher Spotlight. I am your host, Mark Martinez, and this week I am excited. I am thrilled. I am just elated to have this guest on the show. Probably one of my favorite people in Ohio Valley Wrestling. It is Jaylee. You know her as the leader of now the defunct It Girls, but you now know her as the three-time OVW Women's Champion. I was so excited to talk to Jaylee this past week. We talked a lot of stuff. Folks, I really hope you like this interview, and it's coming up right after this great ad from Al Snow, Collar and Elbow.
Wrestling. A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. The wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to Can Crushers the now three-time OVW Women's Champion, Jaylee. Welcome to Can Crushers.
Thank you so much for having me.
So you just won the title back this weekend, and it was a four-way dance, more or less, and it was 3-on-1 for the most part, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So, didn't get to see the match yet because we're up in Pennsylvania, you know, technicalities and everything. Tell us a little bit about that match. How did you squeak away with the win, or were you Jaylee tough?
So I kind of, I do whatever it takes to win, obviously. So it was a four-way against my former girls, the It Girls. So what had happened was we kind of like turned on each other, and then we all kind of turned on Brittany. But they turned on me in that match as well because it was all for one. So I kind of just snuck it from behind and stole the win from all of them. So
nice, dastardly. We like to use the word dastardly, and that's kind of you. That's your whole image on OVW. You are not pulling from the movie, but a mean girl, more or less.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
So let's rewind all the way back. How did Jaylee get introduced to wrestling? The stories are always, it was Grandpa's fault. Grandpa got me involved in wrestling.
It wasn't Grandpa's fault, it was my dad's fault. I had two sisters, and I was the middle child, and I was always like getting like kind of like bullied and beat up by like friends and like them. So I kind of turned to that, and my dad used to do security for WWF when I was younger, so he used to travel with them, and so I got to go like backstage and meet like some of the most badass people ever. So that kind of got me into it. I've always wanted to do it, just been kind of a little bit timid to get into it, not knowing like, you know, where to go, what to do. But I've been into it for about, 20 years plus, since I was probably like 6 years old. So
nice. And the timid kind of really is weird because I don't see you timid at all. The way that you attack everybody now.
I'm definitely not. I'm definitely really outgoing. I'm definitely not afraid to be myself at all. So timid meaning like I just didn't know like how to get started. And being a woman in the industry is a little scary. So that's what I mean, like kind of by that. not necessarily like timid to like do it, because like I love it. Like it's definitely my passion and it's definitely my life. But yeah, just kind of knowing where to go and where to start and how to get into it, and like finding your character and who you are in the ring. Definitely was it was very fun for me.
We're going to talk about all of that. So growing up, I mean, I didn't know you were backstage. That was news breaking here on Can Crushers.
Yeah.
Who were your favorites then? You had to have favorites that you just lynched onto backstage.
Oh yeah, so Lita's my number one for sure. And then Stone Cold is definitely like my all-time favorite. Like I absolutely like love him. He's so amazing. And then obviously like the Hulk Hogan and The Rock and stuff like that. But yeah, those two are definitely my number ones.
Nice. So who trained you? Is it all Al Snow and Danny Davis, or did you go elsewhere beforehand?
I haven't been elsewhere. I've been at OVW since I've started about 2 years ago. So I started with Matt Capitelli. Rip Rogers is a trainer of mine as well. And then, Al Snow. So those have been the three like I've kind of been under for the past, like I said, 2 years.
Matt, amazing human being. Take the rest of your interview. I want you to talk about him because he an icon in the business. He really was.
For sure. He was an amazing guy. I actually met his wife first, and that's kind of how I got to OVW. So his wife, Lindsay, was my personal trainer. And then I met him, and he kind of talked me into it. I was a little, like I said, I was nervous to start, like to where to go. So he talked me into it, and then he was definitely a good friend and mentor. I still talk to his wife to this day. She's actually one of my really good friends. He was just, I can't say enough good things about him. He definitely was like just an all-around genuine nice guy. He was a jokester, so anything that was embarrassing or you didn't want out, do not tell him, because he would make fun of you like the entire like time he knows you. But he has like had the heart of gold. He would do anything for anyone, always like willing to help. I mean, just I can't say enough nice things about him. He was just so amazing, and to like be under him and like the inspiration, the battle that he went through was definitely I'm so glad and thankful that I had time here with him. So.
And you see that, I'm sorry if I just made you well up right now. You see that with the whole OVW roster too, just clinching onto it a few years back. You just see the love and everything, off air and on air and everything. You just see how you guys all are a team, and that's thanks to Matt. It really is.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like, I mean, we're a big family here. Like, obviously behind closed doors, sometimes there can be drama and like fights and stuff like that. But honestly, overall, yeah, like we're here for one another. Like we work well together. And then, yeah, like Matt was like definitely a big part of it. It was definitely a hard loss for everyone here, when he passed. So.
And Rip, on the other hand, is completely different, is what I hear, right?
Oh, Lord, Rip Rogers. He is a great guy. He's definitely a different breed. It's scary to go places with him because you never know what it's going to say, but he's very real and very honest, and he's a hell of a trainer. The amount of knowledge he has about wrestling is insane. Just to sit there and listen to him and pick his brain for even 5 minutes, and his life little adventures he talks about. He's definitely a foul-mouthed
trucker.
Man. Yes, so he's definitely different from where I started with Matt, who was like, I don't think I ever really heard curse, and he's just amazing and nice, and like just would joke around with you and do whatever it is to make you feel good and like get motivated. And then you go to Rip Rogers, who's like just gonna call you every name in the book, but he means well, and I kind of take notice if he's messing with you, that means he likes you. So he gives everybody nicknames as well. So I've been Red to him since day one, because obviously my red hair. But yeah, he's definitely a different breed. But I wouldn't change him, honestly. He's definitely pretty amazing the way he is.
So you've worked with OVW when Danny Davis owned it, and now it's Al Snow that owns it. But Al's always, I mean, we had the interview with Al. He's always been around OVW. Are there any subtle differences from Danny to Al taking over, or is it pretty much plain?
I feel like we're expanding a little more. We're doing a lot more shows. I feel like our TV has gone up a lot. My storyline has changed drastically. We're actually in a storyline and have a feud and stuff like that. So I would say that's probably the difference. I love Danny. He was amazing as well. He still is amazing. But I think he was just kind of done with it at the end. So Al's kind of fresh, and new to it. He's been in the business a really long time as well, and he's so knowledgeable. So I would think that he just came in and kind of gave it his all and put all of everything he has into it.
Yeah, you talked about the expansion. I might as well jump right ahead to that, and then we'll come back to more on you. March 2nd, OVW in Impact Wrestling is having a super show. Now, anything can happen from now until March 2nd, but, you still have that title around March 2nd. I wouldn't imagine you wouldn't. Who do you expect to face, or who do you want to face from that women's division?
I'm not sure if I will be facing anyone. I haven't heard, but Tessa Blanchard, obviously, it's who I have my eye on. So fingers crossed for that one. I would definitely like to see her in the ring.
Tessa is a beast. We met her down in South Carolina one time with her whole family was there. Telly and Magnum.
Yeah.
Amazing. Side note, because we always do these, she's a wonderful human being, too. She really is.
I have met her just recently. I was down at Impact when they had their last pay-per-view and when they were in Nashville. And yeah, just to meet all of them. But Tessa, she was definitely down to earth and a very, very nice person. So she's very welcoming in the locker room.
Right. So how did Jaylee become Jaylee?
Oh man, I think I'm kind of a version of myself. So I'm not necessarily like a mean girl, but I'm very sassy. I'm very blunt. You definitely know where you stand with me. So I think I just kind of used that and made it into that. I don't know. I love being the
you
mean
can say
girl.
it. You can say what you want to say.
I absolutely enjoy it. It's so fun to go in there and kind of do just things that you wouldn't normally do in your everyday life and treat people that way. But I would definitely say she's a little bit of she's definitely a version of me, just a little bit more mean.
Well, you said Stone Cold's one of your favorites, so you're pulling off of the Stone Cold somewhat,
For sure.
One of the worst human beings, with air quotes, in the wrestling business, but he was over. Mm-hmm. Everybody loved him.
Oh my God, I know. He was such a badass. I still try to steal his moves. I still Stone Cold Stunner all the time. Obviously, he does it way better than I could ever dream of, but I absolutely love him.
So, which brings me to, everybody's comparing Becky to Stone Cold, Becky Lynch. Do you see that as well?
I do, yes. I love her so much. I love her storyline right now. I think she's a badass in that ring. She plays her character very well, and she's just doing amazing with it, and I'm really liking it.
Nice. So, which keeps me on Raw. Last July, am I right? July, you got to be on Raw in a tag team match against, we call them the Legit Huggers because it's a much better name than the Boston Hug Connection. So it's the Legit Huggers. Talk about that match a little bit and what happened behind scenes. Nothing bad happened behind scenes, but just being on Raw.
It was amazing. It was such a surreal experience. I've wanted it my entire life. I'm fairly new into the business, so for someone to be as new as I am, to actually have that opportunity is amazing. So they were very nice. We talked, when we first got there was 4 girls and they said, "Hey guys, get ready. We're going to have tryout matches and we're going to use 2 of you on Monday Night Raw." I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to poop my pants. I wanted it, but I was so scared at as well because, this is a big opportunity and to be on Raw, any other show, but on Monday Night Raw on live TV, that was a big deal for me. So in the match, when I got out there, I look around, we went out dark. But I look around and I saw all those people and the lights came on and I was like, heck yes, this is me, this is what I have to do. So the nerves kind of went away. And in the ring, they were very easy to work with, very, very friendly. And when I got back, I was bawling because what an experience, what a rush. And I was like, this is it. I have to be here, period. I don't care what I have to do to get here, but I'm not stopping until I am because it just made me want more. And it made me like have more, not that I wasn't motivated, but more motivation in the ring and to, you know, just kind of step up my game. Like I've got to be there. It was an amazing experience.
And that's a great piece of advice to tell everybody wanting it, right? You know, just keep
Mm-hmm.
stepping up your game. Don't get stale.
Exactly. I mean, like I've always, like I said, it's always been a dream of mine, and I've had a crazy run already. And it just goes to show like nothing's too big as long as you work for it. So I'm definitely living that little motto right now. And you know, obviously I'm not there yet, but like doesn't mean I'm not going to be there. And I don't believe in like failing. I believe either you win or you learn, because like failing is not an option for me, and that's how you know, quitting is how you fail. So
Nice. I like that. I really do like that. So there was a lot of women on the card that night because I actually pulled it up today. Did you get to pick the brain of any of them backstage?
So it was really busy that night because it was they were talking about the Evolution pay-per-view and like, you know, the all women. So I got to like see Stephanie McMahon, and like that was big for me too. Like I watched her as a child, and like she's amazing as well. Like her character and like who she is is awesome. I didn't really get to talk to too many. I talked to Natalia a little bit. She was like super, super sweet. She came up to me and just like congratulated me, like said she'd be watching, and like kind of just gave me some like advice and little tips. But like Alexa Bliss came up to me too and like kind of like said congratulations. So I didn't get to pick too many brains, but like it was really awesome to see that they would come up to me and know that this is my first opportunity with them, and just like say have fun, you know, what a life this is that we live, and like congratulations, enjoy it. But I would say Natalia was probably the one I got to pick her brain a little bit more, which I love to, because I mean she's been in forever, and like, you know, her whole family's in the Hall of Fame basically. So it was really awesome to see, and like she was at OVW too for a little time, so it was awesome to kind of talk about that as well. I wish I could have picked more of their brains, but obviously they're there and they have a job to do. So just to be there and be in their presence and kind of see how it works and like how they interact with each other and just like how genuine a lot of them are. It was just very, very humbling to be backstage with them.
So a little bit different than being the 6-year-old in the back with your dad, right?
Oh yeah, so crazy. Well, yeah, because that time too was a definitely time in the wrestling business. It was definitely more chaotic and a little bit more crazier. You know, the Attitude Era was definitely probably not so kid friendly.
Not at all.
It was definitely different though to like being backstage and kind of know how it all works now, and like being in, you know, in this industry. So it's definitely different. I was more of like a fangirl as a 6-year-old, you know, more than just like, I had just more of a respect for them, knowing like what they go through on a daily basis, the travel, you know, what they do to their bodies and stuff like that. So it was definitely a different feel.
We are huge supporters of the whole women's revolution on Can Crushers. We say 9 out of 10 times that women are saving Raw and SmackDown. It's different storylines. It's the talent's different. Everything. What do you have to say about that? You pretty much answered that already, but just talk some more about the women's revolution and how you yourself, you're involved in it. You really are on the indie circuit as well.
I think it's amazing. Right now is definitely a time to be a wrestler in the business. There was times, you know, like even a couple years ago where like women's matches were, you know, the concession matches, or like nobody was really interested in. They didn't have a lot of storylines. They were quote unquote sex symbols. But it has definitely changed, and it's an exciting time to be there because women are making history. You know, they're changing the game. Look at Nia Jax; she's in there wrestling the men, and you know that's definitely hasn't been happening for a while. And it's just exciting to see, like, you know, the history everyone's making, and to be a part of it, whether it's in the indies or, you know, with WWE. It's just exciting to be a part of that, and to be a woman wrestler right now. So I'm really enjoying it and seeing all the storylines and stuff.
You brought up the sex symbol, so I'm going to jump right on that right off the bat. How do you like that some more is being leaked into WWE? Myself, I'm not a fan. I want you guys to show us what you can do in the ring. You know, you're all pretty faces, I want to know your talent. So how do you feel about the little more sex coming out now on Raw?
I think obviously it's always going to be there with the women. I mean, that's just kind of how it is with the wrestling. I feel like the men are like that too, though. You know, like just kind of what everybody wears and stuff like that. You're out there to entertain. So like obviously having a nice body and being a pretty face definitely helps out. But I think WWE does a really good job of using the women and showing their talent in the ring. A lot of them like can do a lot of the stuff that the men can do. So that's really exciting.
And you also brought up the intergender with Nia Jax and pretty much Dean Ambrose is where it's going right now.
Yeah.
It's been happening on the indies for a while, especially up around in Pittsburgh. We've had some intergender matches. How do you feel about that? Would you get in the ring with, say, Cash Flow right now?
Heck yeah, I would. We train with the boys in like Rip Rogers class. So I'm honestly kind of used to it. I'm kind of used to wrestling the boys. I'm a little bit more rough when I come to like wrestling, should you say? Like I'm not like dangerous or anything, but like I like to like feel it. So I honestly like I love wrestling with the girls here, but also I would love to wrestle some dudes. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, who would be your number one dude besides Stone Cold, of course? Who would be the number one dude?
Definitely him. Who else? I would probably say like if it's WWE, I would probably have to say him or Seth Rollins for sure. Here at OVW, like I would love to wrestle Shiloh Jones. I don't know if you're familiar with him at all, but like I'm like obsessed with his like storyline right now, and I'm like always trying to like tag with him and like do stuff like that. But I would actually love to wrestle him. That'd be awesome.
The entourage is just chaotic. There's no other word. They're nuts.
Being a former member of it, you know, I have to stick along with it. I love it. It's great. Their storyline's amazing. They definitely kill it every week. And they're definitely entertaining. So.
Those outfits are god awful, but it fits
them. Oh my god, I love them. Yes, it fits.
So let's talk a little bit about the It Girls. You were the leader. Still, you are the It Girl now, right? The other two are gone.
I'm assuming so. You never know what could happen, but yeah, I was definitely the leader of it, the ringleader, the master manipulator, shall you say? So, like I said, I don't know kind of what's really going on with us right now, but you never know what can happen. It's a new week, so we have TV tomorrow, so you never know.
You do have TV tomorrow, and we have Callie next week. Just to drop that bomb.
Yep. Oh man!
I know. We set it up. Al's working it even on podcasts.
He is, man.
So when Jaylee is not wrestling or training, because I see you are ready to train in 25 minutes.
Yeah, I'm actually in the girls' locker room here at OVW. Ready to train. I help out. I train honestly. Like I'm at OVW like 7 days a week now. There's like 3 different classes, so I actually help out with the beginners class. There's like 3 new girls that started, so I'm actually in there helping with them. And then we have an intermediate class, and then we have an advanced class, and then we have Rip Rogers class. So I am pretty much training all the time.
Nice, that's it. No social life, right?
No, I honestly do not. So if I'm not here, I am either at work, the gym, or just at home with my boyfriend and my dog. That's literally it. And my family, I see them a little bit. They hate it because like they don't get to see me a lot, but I have no social life. I don't do anything other than basically train and wrestle. So.
But that's your goal. That's your goal, and that's what you want to. So let's get to Callie, because that's where everything's heading. The beef has been right there. This causing everything, kind of a little dim-witted she is. You know, could have saved you a lot of hassle recently. Let's go ahead, spill on Callie.
Oh man, Callie, where do I begin with that one? Obviously our storyline we've been in and we've been out. We've had a huge feud over the title, and then we made amends and started the It Girls. So she's a great in-ring competitor. I really like having matches with her. I know her like the back of my hand now. We've had so many matches, so honestly, we can just get in there and work. But yeah, she definitely screwed me over a little bit out of the championship. So honestly, she didn't mean to. She thought she was helping just with her, her little personality. But yeah, she she definitely could have saved me a lot of trouble. But you know what? I'm back on top, so that's what matters.
That is right. You are 3-time OVW champion once again.
Yes.
So, all right, let's switch gears and talk to Valerie now. I mean, because she's always intermingling in between things as well.
Yes, she is. I haven't really got to work with her a lot in the ring. We've always kind of been tagging together, or we've never really faced off too much, just because we're both the bad guys, and she's got her little crazy little weird character. But yeah, she's definitely intermingled, not as much as Callie. She's actually kind of been like the one to like kind of diffuse everything and like to be like the rhyme of reason of everything like that. But yeah, she definitely kind of interfered a little bit too this past weekend, because it was all for one. Everybody wanted that championship. So, but she hasn't been there too much like Callie has, but she's definitely been in the middle of a lot of stuff.
And now, probably your most hated as of right now, Brittany Deveray. The Christmas episode where you gave Callie as a present was unbelievable. The dumping the poop on them was amazing. Yeah. Just talk about some of those real quick.
Man, it's been so fun. Like, so fun. Like, I get to come here and, do that type of stuff on a daily basis. Man, like, I'm absolutely in love with doing that stuff. Yeah, but like me hurting my friend, with the baseball bat was a little crazy to me. But I would do it all over again. It's so fun to like just sit here and be able to like have this play out. But yeah, Brittany's definitely the most hated right now. She definitely stole the championship for me. But obviously you can see the better woman got it back. But yeah, it's been a little wild ride with it. The It Girls have definitely been my favorite faction and my favorite storyline that I've been in. We've had a lot of fun with it, and it's taken our characters to a whole new level.
Yeah, I would agree. I said it off air to you that I love the It Girls. There's something about them that it's just, they're the bad girls, and who doesn't like a bad girl? Real quick, Rise, Shimmer, Wow, any of those on your, outlook in time? Do you
If the opportunity is there, of course, I would definitely take it. I've been really just busy with a lot of OVW stuff, and then like have been, going and work with WWE, and like have been backstage with Impact and stuff like that. Not that I've worked with Impact yet, but I keep really busy with OVW. I don't do a lot of traveling outside. I got some more coming up here in 2019 with outside shows, but a lot of it with me being the champion for so long, I have just been so busy here. We've had so many more shows with Albie in there, but yeah, if it's definitely, presented to me, I would definitely love to take any of the opportunity I could get, be honored.
Nice. All right, we got about 5 minutes left. This is your time. Talk about where we can find you on social media, where we're going to find you. You said you're going to travel a little bit. Can we get maybe, I had King's Ransom on last week, maybe a sneak peek in Pittsburgh with Callie? With Jaylee?
I don't have Pittsburgh on the radar yet. I have Louisiana in March, and then I'm going to be in Florida in June. I'm not sure where at in Florida. My social medias, I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Just Jaylee on both of those. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not a Twitter person. I can't do it. I've tried. I absolutely hate it. So I don't think I'll ever be on Twitter. But yeah, that's where you can find me and see a little bit more about my personal life, with my dog. You'll see a lot of my dog and a lot of my boyfriend and just a lot of like my wrestling stuff and some bits and pieces of my family. I try to keep it a little bit more private just to keep that separate, from like kind of like the world, just because it is so near and dear to my heart. I just like to keep that at home. So I'm a homebody when I'm not here. So, when I'm doing all that stuff. So I definitely like to keep that a little bit off the radar. So keep it nice and simple.
Nice. All right. Well, thanks for the time today. And I hope to talk to you soon. Hope to see you when we make the trek down to Kentucky in the near future.
Yes, of course.
So how about that? Jaylee has actually been around the business for about 20 years. I like the little story about her dad being security for WWE, WWF, whatever you guys want to call it, back in the day. Big fan of Stone Cold. But what I really liked when we talked about of her being on Raw and her actually getting to chat with Natalie and, just being in the match with the legit huggers that we call Sasha and Bailey. Guys, make sure you check out OVW. If you're in the Kentucky area, it is on tomorrow night. If you're up here with us, it is on YouTube. It'll be coming within the next couple days. Make sure you watch OVW. Make sure you support Jaylee. And we talked about Callie and Valerie and Brittany DeVaray. We've had the King's Ransom on. Guys, support OVW. They are the stars of tomorrow, and you're seeing them today. But I want to thank Chad Miller, Al Snow, and of course Jaylee for making all of this possible. Folks, we will be back on Sunday with a recap of our show that we're going to IWC. But again, thanks to OVW for making all this possible. And make sure you go to our Facebook page, like it, share it, send this interview to everyone. Send it out. Let the masses hear about how great Jaylee and OVW are. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Buzzsprout, a lot of media outlets. Guys, just keep it going. Keep supporting Jaylee. She's my girl. She is it.